City Rep in Socorro is stepping down amid allegations of possible ethics violations. Sergio Cox submitted his letter of resignation yesterday. We stopped by his house, but he refused to speak to us. In that letter submitted to Mayor Jesus Ruiz, Cox cites health issues he's had in the last few months as the reason why he's stepping down. The resignation is effective immediately and comes amid an investigation into his involvement in a 2014 street paving project. Cox was accused of using city money to pave streets in an area where he owned some property. We spoke with Mayor Ruiz to find out what will happen with that investigation.
So at this point in time, we have placed the investigation to be discussed on Thursday as well. Council can go ahead and accept the recommendation of the investigator as is without his deposition, because to this point he has not provided it, and it looks like he won't be doing that since he has already resigned.
Mayor Ruiz says a special election will be called in order to fill the District 1 vacancy, but adds that it could take up to 4 months. And we're just under a month away from the end of the primary season, with 2 more political face-offs set for today, Democrats in Kentucky and both parties in Oregon. Tracy Potts has a preview.
It could be a tight race in Kentucky today. Hillary Clinton won coal country 8 years ago, but today miners fear she'll take their jobs.
I am not going to let them be left behind.
She's hoping to hold on to a 5-point lead in Kentucky, but that was 2 months ago. There's no recent polling there. Bernie Sanders is expected to win Oregon. Today, he's back in California.
I know that we've got an uphill battle.
But there's already a battle shaping up between Clinton and Donald Trump. Senior aides tell NBC this fall he'll go after Clinton's character, emails, and her husband's infidelities. She's already hammering his lack of detail on creating jobs.
Republicans, Democrats, independents, a lot of folks are going to be thinking, what's he talking about?
Trump this morning tweeting about today's Oregon primary, where he's the last man standing. Also, Trump's hired a new pollster, and a super PAC supporting Hillary Clinton is pouring $6.5 million into new anti-Trump ads. Those ads are set to start running tomorrow. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
And Hillary Clinton is setting up shop in the borderland. Her campaign is opening an office on Water Street in downtown Las Cruces this afternoon. The mayor of Las Cruces and other top Clinton supporters in the city are expected to be there. The New Mexico primary election is set for June 7th. Early voting is already underway. And also happening today, the trial of a Fort Bliss soldier accused of driving drunk and killing 2 construction workers is set to get underway. Jan Michael Nieves was 18 years old at the time of the crash. It happened back in May of 2014. According to police, he hit 39-year-old James Green and 54-year-old Jimmy Joe Broadstreet in the construction zone along I-10 and Schuster. Nieves is charged with 2 counts of intoxicated manslaughter. And in Doña Ana County, investigators with the sheriff's office this morning are still looking for the mother of an injured baby. They say 23-year-old Monique Rojas took her 9-month-old baby boy to the hospital on May 8th, but left shortly after he was admitted. Officials say the baby had severe injuries and had to be brought to a trauma center here in El Paso. A warrant for the arrest of Rojas was issued last week. And if you know where Rojas might be, you're asked to call the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office at 575-525-8812. And now to the latest on the alleged hazing incident involving the Montwood High School baseball team. The incident reportedly happened Friday night at a Hampton Inn in Artesia, New Mexico. The team was staying there for the area round of the baseball playoffs. This is video from a Rams baseball game earlier this season. According to a police report, coaches told police 4 sophomores had been battered by 7 upperclassmen. The head coach told police the upperclassmen used a leather whip to take turns giving the sophomores whippings, and that each player was whipped twice. According to police, the sophomores and their parents did not press any charges. And the coach told police he had been asked by the Socorro ISD superintendent to file a police report. The team forfeited Saturday's playoff game against Midland Lee, ending the Rams season. The district has not said what sort of disciplinary action the accused students will face. And it looks like the long-awaited county sports park is going to need hundreds of thousands of dollars more than anticipated operations and maintenance. The director for the Public Works Department requested yesterday a budget of $860,000 in addition to the current budget of nearly $800,000. The money would cover the cost of maintaining and keeping the park operating year-round. County commissioners felt they needed more time to look over the request and did not make a decision. Public Works Director Pat Adauto says her department was not aware of what it was going to take to maintain the facility.
Did we fail in terms of not getting the information as quickly to the court as we could have possibly? But we're generating it just as quickly as we can. We didn't expect to put forward a request for a supplemental budget until we realized the kind of maintenance that the facility is going to require.
And at a meeting on Thursday, commissioners will discuss the staffing budget, which is what they consider the highest priority. And the Supreme Court has sent the Affordable Care Act contraceptive challenge back to a lower court. The justices, in a unanimous opinion, asked an appeals court to reconsider both parties' arguments and figure out a compromise. Groups that object based on religious beliefs say they should not have to provide contraceptive coverage to their employees. The Obama administration says a group's religious freedom does not include the right to restrict access to health care for employees. And your time now is 6:10. Coming up, several neighborhoods in Corpus Christi picking up the pieces this morning after heavy flooding ravaged the area. And a little later, fighting a nurse shortage in the Lone Star State, the challenge faced by staff at hospitals with the aging population. But first, here's Monica.
All right, well, after a windy day today, we are going to be seeing those much lighter winds. As a matter of fact, our temperatures are already pretty much starting to cool down. 68 in El Paso, 61 in Las Cruces. Your full forecast is next.
You're watching News Channel 9 today with Daniel Marin, Linda Ong, weather with Monica Cortez, and live reports with Daniela Pardo.
Wait, did I? Zika. Okay, then yeah, I don't think so. Welcome back. Your time now is 6:14. Heavy flooding inundated much of South Texas yesterday. Forecasters say more than 11 inches of rain fell in a 24-hour period ending Monday morning. In Corpus Christi, police blocked off several major roads where floodwaters went almost to the top of the guardrails. Most drivers turned around at the high waters, but some larger vehicles waded through the flooding. No injuries were reported.
A lot of water there, and unfortunately more rain today is what they can expect for the area.
Is there any relief in sight coming soon?
Hopefully by Thursday you should be seeing a little bit
Okay.
of relief, but today, tomorrow, you're going to continue to see some of these storms, and actually today pretty severe storms as well, so that's not going to help the flooding situation in South Texas. And it's not just South Texas. Take a look at this. Southeast Texas, you're also in for the ride, and you're going to continue to see some of those severe storms through much of today and easing up a bit tomorrow before Central Texas takes a turn. And so for today, what we are looking at is a storm system that is actually going to be bringing in a cold front. Now this cold front is going to do several things for us. Number one, of course, it is going to be bringing in that cooler air for us. We're going to be seeing those cooler temperatures tomorrow. Number two, you are going to be seeing some moisture being moved into the area. As a matter of fact, this morning you can see some of that moisture in the form of clouds. You'll be seeing those partly cloudy skies across the borderland. And so later on tonight is when you can expect to see some of those storms moving on through, and you are expecting to see not only the storms lasting tonight, but through the overnight hours into tomorrow as well. So tomorrow we have another chance to see some of those showers. Take a look at this beautiful sunset sent in to us by George Rook. Thank you so much. This was actually taken over by Chaparral, New Mexico. So thank you so much for allowing us to share this beautiful shot. 68 for the start of your 8 o'clock hour, 78 degrees by lunchtime, and then hitting that high for the day of 84 degrees. Yesterday we hit that high of 90. Today we are going to be a little bit on the cooler side of things because of those clouds. And take a look at those nice lighter winds than we saw yesterday. 10 to 15 mile per hour winds for El Paso throughout much of your afternoon. Again, partly cloudy skies. Now for those of you heading out to the Chihuahuas game this morning, yes, it starts this morning. It's an early one. 11:05 your first pitch, 77 degrees, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. Yes, it is going to be a great baseball game today. Weather-wise, you are going to be seeing those temperatures slowly heating up, so make sure you stay hydrated throughout the entire morning into the afternoon. As for Wednesday, that cold front will have already passed, giving us a chance to see some of that moisture, some of that cooler air moving on through. Stronger storms for Central Texas. Again, that is going to be a big issue for us tomorrow. As for the rest of your 7-day forecast, take a look. Almost a 10-degree drop today into tomorrow, and then we begin to heat up into those 80s. 90s arrive for this weekend. Partly cloudy skies. Taking a quick look outside, I-10 airway looking really nice and smooth. Look at that. We're not really seeing a lot of traffic, at least in this part of the city. Just make sure you pack extra time as you head on out your door. All right. And so I do have a story for you. You know Benjamin Franklin, right?
Yeah, we go way back.
Well, many of them know him for the success of the lightning, right? But Mother Nature took a punch at him yesterday. I know it wasn't so good. Take a look at this. Strong winds in Boston, Massachusetts sent a nearby tent flying into the city statue of Ben Franklin, who then smashed the concrete below and it came tumbling down. And you can see it there wrapped in tarp, waiting to be put back on the pedestal. But before that can happen, it's going to be they're going to need to check it to make sure there's no cracks and stuff like that on the statue. Get this, the statue has been up since 1856.
Wow, so the winds and the tent must have been obviously very heavy, but the winds must have been really strong. To push down that structure. Well, hopefully, like Humpty Dumpty, they can put him back together again, right?
Oh, hopefully.
And we finally got the rhyme right?
We did. We looked it up.
And it's Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty had
A great fall. Okay, perfect. We got that. We set that straight. All right, your time now is 6:18. Coming up, fighting a nurse shortage in the Lone Star State, the challenge faced by staff at hospitals with the aging population. And later,